Hello everyone, and today I will be building the Lego Peugeot 9X8. It is an 18 plus set like said at the bottom of the set, and is set number 42156 and has 1,775 pieces. So today I will be building this set, and before we go into the set I wanted to say a bit of facts about what this set really is. So first of all, we need to understand the model of this Peugeot 9X8 has had 5 models. One in 1937, 1991, 2007 and 2011, and this is the newest version of 2023 as it was built on the 1st of May 2023 actually. And when the designers of Lego were building this and the actual people who were building the actual car, they were building the design process at the same time. So they released it at pretty much the same time as well. So we can understand that this is also a very more realistic car, which is taken from an actual representation. So today we'll be building this, that's all, and I will see you in bag one. And now unbox the set and there are two bags. So far we have an instruction manual, we have 5 bags, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the instruction booklet has 611 pages as said right here all together, and we also have some stickers over there and 4 ties to glue this car and some extra pieces over here. So now I'm going to build bag 1. Hello everyone, and after finishing bag 1, now I have ended up with say the first half of the infrastructure of the car so far built. So far we have built 2 sort of engine panels or exhaust pipes coming up from the sides on both sides. Then we have 1 piston engine in the inside, and we have 1 mechanism to make the piston work. Despite the piston being much harder to move due to there not being wheels in these positions, you can clearly see the piston slightly being able to be moved as the gears are being moved by the 2 wheels. We also have a few paddles to cover up areas, and that is mostly what we have. We have some suspension on the bottom as well here, so we can easily move the wheels much more freely like this. And you can see the gearbox, the piston mechanism at the bottom right here, how it works. And you can clearly see once you try to move the wheels as best as you can, how that works at the bottom as well, you can see. And I think that's it. So I'll see you in bag 2, and I'm going to build it. That's bag 2. Hello everyone, and I've now completed bag 2 of the set, and so far when we've been doing bag 2, I have first created 2 seats here, as you can see, 1 sort of pillow cushion for comfort. Then that is mostly what we've been doing in this part of the car. As we've now completed the full infrastructure of the car, we'll go near to the front of the car. So as we can see, we have the 2 wheel places and 1 here. We have 2 gears functioning here, and we have 3 gears here, 1 red, 1 white and 1 black, and another grey one over there. And these can either be operated through one of this steering piece here, which is yet to be finished, or you can use the actual steering wheel that they've given us. So using the steering wheel, you can basically do the same thing here. We've basically got the turning feature of the wheels when it turns left or right through this car so far. And so far this is what bag 2 is offering. And that's it as the rest is all said in bag 1. And this was up to 214 pages. So that's all, I'll see you in bag 2. So now I'm on page 376 after finishing bag 3. And this is how the end result of bag 3 is. So far what we have added on bag 3 is we've increased the thickness of the car with 2 bottom panels, and we've added 1 panel here and the same panel on this side of the car. We've also added 1 sort of slope piece on one side of the car so far, and then we have added more panels definitely at the top, and then for the hand of God steering wheel that we showed last time is able to move the wheels at the front once again, as it's the same piece from last video, the last bag. And then we see that we have two doors, of course, that have been finally made, and they open up like butterfly wings like this, and that's how it looks. We've just added some more panels and increased the thickness. So that's all I will see in bag 4. Hello everyone, now we have completed bag 4 of the build, which is the back side of the car. And so far what we have added is some more plates to the bottom of the car. We've added 3 tail lights on each side of the car to give a feel of the tail light to the back. So it looks like they are on, with the stickers also being used. We've also added some sort of wing, you could say, at the back, but not really as a wing, not much of a wing. And then to cover up the back panel, what they have done is they've created this nice slope area with the wheel pieces attached on. And when we can see, it's just detachable to see all the engine features that we created from bag 1. And then it really nicely just fits on like that. And there's no problem with how it fits on, because it just has all the gaps so it can fit everything in, and so it easily slides into the space. So that's pretty much all that has happened in bag 4, and that's it. And I'll see you in bag 5 after it's finished. Hello everyone, and now we have finally completed bag 5 of the Peugeot 9X set 8 set. And this is the finished model. As you can see here, the finished model here is on one side of the page, and the real model is on the other side, showing that this is pretty much similar to the real model. So then when we go into the features of this car, we can understand that this car, we understood at the start, I said it was built on the 1st May 2023, and since it was built at this time, it's only done 8 races. So there's not much review or how to say accomplishments this car has done yet. Well, we can see about the Lego version right now. So let's see how the Lego version has done this car. So if we start from the front of the car, we can see they have added 3 stick pieces here which are glow in the dark, which don't glow that well, but they can glow. We have a little bottom panel here as well. We have 2 stickers on the sides here. And when we compare it to the front of the car, we can see we have 2 giant wheels on both sides of the car. We have a few stickers at the front. We have a little knob piece here, and we have we have 2 mirror pieces on both sides of the car as well. And then when we compare the car to the car's engine, we can actually see how the engine looks inside. We can see how there's many gears inside this engine. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gears in the car. And we can see when the car moves, all these gears will move. So as we can see that these gears are clearly moving as the car is moving forwards and backwards. So we can close this once we've done that. Then we can see we have a little curved piece here to give the mirror sort of feeling, since there's no glass piece here. Then we have 2 doors when we come to near the middle of the section, and we have a few panels on the side of the car right here. And then we talk about the doors, we can see that the doors have butterfly wings, like I said when I made it. So the butterfly wings can be seen, and you can see how there are 2 seats built here, so we can see how the inside of the car as well. So they have 2 doors at the same time. And then when we talk about how the other features of the car work, we can also see we have a hand of God steering right here. What this hand of God steering does though is when you're moving the car, and normally when you move a car you want to turn left or right if you're in those positions. So what the car does, once it's moving, when I turn it in the right, as you can see, these blue gears will start to move slightly it in order to make the wheels turn in that direction. And the same thing when I go left, the car or right. So that's a very nice feature as well used in this car. And then we can also see that the steering can be activated through the doors. So we can see if I turn the car around, the steering wheel, of course, here can be also used to turn the wheels, as you can see once the car moves. So we can close that on both sides. And then when we can see how there's many panels across the car which cover the car in a very nice and smooth way. We can also see we have some smooth panels on this side and this side, and the panels cross over the car so it doesn't make the car look very barren or bones. And then we can also see another really good feature of the car is how the complete back can be just removed just like that, and there's not much like needed to do with this, and basically there's no like connection to it, so it can be taken off whenever you need it. And the same thing like the front, it also has its functions able to be done in the car. So as we can see that once we move the car, that the gears here move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, move like that, and the piston that comes in many of the cars also is able to move at the back at the same time, as we can see. So then we can just put this panel on, or we'll just leave it to the side. So I'll leave it to the side for now. And then also we have sort of a, you could say, a wing at the back, which is not a, you could say a big wing, but it's a small wing. And we have the 3 headlights that we've spoken before in the 4th bag, and that's really it for this car. As we see, there is a ton of features when it comes to the steering, the gears inside, and the gears at the back. So then when we compare it to other vehicles, we can see what its features are in reality and how good they are. So when we compare it to some other cars, like we put this here and we bring out the Ferrari that we had previously made, we can see a lot of differences when it comes to colour and the amount of stickers. The Ferrari has much more stickers as seen, as it's more of a Formula 1 car, and then we can see the Peugeot has a bit of less stickers. And then when we compare this car, we can first of all, we start from the front. They both have the bottom safeguarding piece for both ones. They both have that smooth wheel front, the same sort of hatchet at the front as well. But what I would say is better for the Peugeot is that the front is able to be opened like that, like so, while the Ferrari is not being able to be opened at all. So that's one feature that the Ferrari does not have, you could say. And then when it comes to suspension, the Ferrari suspension is very has a lot of suspension, you can see here, while the Peugeot, it doesn't have that much suspension, but it has a bit of suspension, so that's fine. Then we can also see the interior of the Ferrari. The doors open in a normal fashion way, which I prefer the Peugeot since it opens in the butterfly way. As we can see that the interior though for each car, the Ferrari has much more interior, while the Peugeot is designed much more nicely, you can see, like the actual inside of a car, but the Ferrari has much more features, like it has an actual wheel to do the things. So we can close the Ferrari. While the Ferrari though, it doesn't have the hand of God steering wheel that the Peugeot has to turn the wheel. Despite having the steering wheel to be able to move the car, it is much more harder to turn left or right with the steering wheel, as it's inside the car, of course. Then when we come to the back portion of the car, you can see the piston inside is not that visible, but it can be seen. Whilst the Ferrari is moving backwards and forwards, the piston can be seen. While in the Peugeot, as we saw before, it is much more clearly displayed, as the whole panel can come off as well, and it can be easily put back on as well, so it's a very nice build. And then when it comes to the back of the car, you can clearly see that the headguard is probably one of the most important. The wing at the back is probably one of the most important pieces of the car, as we can see. Let me just fix this. Yeah, so the wing at the back makes the car look much more nicely, while the wing is a bit smaller, you can see on this car as well. Then when we compare to the complete back, the Ferrari has a lot of things going on, but a lot of stickers and a lot of colours the back really clashes a lot, while the Peugeot is much more neutral with the red and black, making it much more neater as a car, as we can see. And then when we compare the car finally, we can see that the Peugeot is much more wider as compared to the Ferrari, and we can also see the fact that the mirrors are obviously different on both cars, and so are the fronts, as we can see that the Ferrari used headlights here, and you can see like actual sculpted headlights with actual brick built pieces, while the Peugeot 9X8 actually is a brick built headlight with 3 little glow in the dark sticks, which is a nice feature. And we can also see how the Ferrari actually uses bendy pieces to sort of create that frame, while the Peugeot 9X8 does not use that, and rather uses just brick built pieces to make it look like there's a window, while the Ferrari uses actual bendy pieces to make that frame to be able to be seen. And that is all for when comparing to both cars, as both cars are good. And I have to say as well that this car took around 11 hours, I think, while this car took around 15 hours due to the time. It was much more time consuming since how it was built, as they both are the same difficulty though, as it had more pieces as well, around 100 more pieces. So what we have to say is that's all for this review, and see you in the next one. Bye.